Alright, so Western pornography was actually banned under communism, but the armed forces of the former East Germany made their own sex films featuring bare-breasted female soldiers that were just enjoyed by the senior officers and even the outwardly prudish hardline communist politicians and hardline communist leaders as well, except Erich Honecker, who is a faithful husband to his beautiful white purple witch, not Elena. I forgot her name, but the Purple Witch. Anyway, evidence of the former communist state's secret porn industry surfaced or was exposed yesterday in a documentary made by the East Germany MDR television channel. It shows the original clips of the news subalterns, subalterns kissing, or in British that is army privates, kind of, and female army privates in helmets posing semi-naked on parade as well. So the program Pornography in the German Democratic Republic, or the Deutsche Demokratische Republik, or the DDR, or the double DDR, revealed that the East German Army, which at the time was probably one of the most feared, the most hardline, and the most Stalinist in the Warsaw Pact, ran a 160-man film unit and trained, I'm just kidding, ran a 160-man film unit, which had a secret amateur circle of about 12 porn enthusiasts, they say. Deichmann Schutze, who is 57, was a former sound technician and actor on the porn film circle, and he probably got a lot of sticky, icky. He also worked in the reunited German Army Media Department before he retired as well. And he said in an interview that the unit was set up in 1982. It managed to make at least 12 erotic films before the collapse of communism in 1989. Or in OnlyFans speak, probably a loot set a day, just one a day. All of the films were made in secret, but partly with the permission of senior officers, he said, adding that the premieres were an event not to be missed by the country's ruling elite. All of the bosses came out to these showings, either because they were just inquisitive or simply out of pure lust, he also said. Alright, Mr. Schutzer, or Schutzhut, said that the movies were shot on 16mm film cameras and that the military hospital was used as a studio. I have a big injection for you, boy, the COVID vaccine, yeah? Ooh, stick me there, mom. Stick me there. Ooh, yeah. Most of the apparently sex-hungry female workers and women, most of the apparently sex-hungry women who starred in these films as well were either civilian employees of the army or just like, stepsis, stepmom, stuff like that. We asked them whether they wanted a role, and nearly all of them said yes immediately, he said. Because, I might be pen pushing, but I'm not pee pushing, probably get a little action on the side, That joke could have went somewhere. If you have a better joke than I, go ahead, post it in the comments. I honestly do not care, because I am, I'm just having fun with the sex team stuff, So the style of erotic film clips shown in the documentary are very reminiscent of the early Scandinavian pornographic cinema. Or, hello, I'm Hans, and I have the pizza. Ooh, pizza delivery man, yeah. Yeah, baby, I got the double XL pizza box right here. Filled with extra chips and macaroni, because, Sweden does weird stuff, Perhaps surprisingly from the former frontline Warsaw Pact state, the films were not actually without humorous jabs at the failures of communism. So, surprise everybody got off and not got off, and surprise everybody got off and got off with the Stasi, and then got off with the Stasi putting them in a female prison or male prison. So they got off 3 times. Damn, in a night. Woo! Damn, must be really lucky, dude. Really lucky. I last for 2 rounds, but with the Stasi I last 4. Very inquisitive. So, let's picture the scene, guys. One scene depicts a male worker in a medical consulting room, waiting to be seen by a female doctor. She enters and orders the man to strip to the waist. But I am your mechanic, he insisted, and insisted the male worker. The doctor immediately unbuttons her white coat and offers the worker instant sex because she is. The doctor immediately unbuttons her white coat and offers the workers instant sex because she is so grateful to have found somebody to repair her autobahn or her car. You know, she could be driving Mercedes, imported from the West, So let's not, she could have a BMW. So her car in the country almost devoid of mechanics. Right. Free sex for Pimp My Ride. Pimp My Ride has new meaning, my guy. Alright, a secret clip would also include Carry On, and the film stills were shot in the female army privates in a helmet, exposing herself on a parade ground to the command of Brass Out, or Brusen Outen, or Brass Out, I believe. The scenes are a marked contrast to the atmosphere of the public crudity and nudity that prevailed in East Germany before the fall of the Berlin Wall. So we rhyme twice. Anyway, also, without the failures of communism, I wanted to put in a jab about, you're jacking off instead of political stuff, but I was actually going so good that I actually forgot about it, forgot my own joke. Whoopsie. Anyway, we're basically at the end. This is like, we literally entered the last paragraph, so yeah, but laugh if you will. So although nudism and although nudism and naked bathing were actually permitted in the East, the regime actually banned Western sex films and visitors to the country who dare try to import erotic magazines from the West, because that was Western decadence. Our Eastern porn is just as good, yeah? And would have been they would have the publication confiscated by the border guards, and even risk being detained on entry if they had such pornography. Anyway, after 1989, one of the first addresses for a million of East Germans were actually So after 1989, one of the first addresses for millions of East Germans were suddenly able to visit the West. Their main focus, besides Bonana, was actually erotic film festivals and shops and cinema and even red light districts. But mostly like 69th Street, 69 Alley. So without further ado, I do finish this video. By the audio you're hearing and by the wind outside, I promise tomorrow we'll Alright, so I promise by tomorrow we'll actually go in the bedroom and actually have a proper video, but I just wanted to test it out. But as you can hear, sadly, she is no longer with us. The LCDs have finally given out. Most of you guys already know. I already messaged most of you guys, but for any new people, yeah, my laptop, I'm not even gonna say PC anymore. My laptop, because people will be like, change the screen. My laptop has finally decided to kick the bucket after 6 years of service. So a moment of silence for Roxanne, since we're talking about sex, right? Roxanne, you done failed? Well, she didn't fail because she was already on the decline, so let's not victim blame, okay? But seriously though, it is what it is. Anyway, so I'm gonna just make some videos on the phone, send in my application and start moving on, because a new desktop ain't gonna pay for itself. So with a heavy heart and with a heavy burden and with a lightened load, I say goodbye to Roxanne. She was like the terminally ill parent that was going to go, but at the same time, it could be years, could be days. But anyway, I'm not comparing a laptop to a human being, but you get what I'm saying. She was already on the decline, and tonight was her night. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. See you next time. This is not going over 10 minutes, so they can never put ads on it because I said so. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something, and I'll see ya in the DDR.